opposition forces have advanced near Hama, Syria's fourth largest city, according to the UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. They now control nearly all of Aleppo, Syria's second largest city, except for areas held by Kurdish forces. Additionally, groups in opposition to the regime of Bashar al-Assad maintain control over Idlib, a city in the northwest, and much of its surrounding province.
The rapid advancement can be attributed to the large scale of the attacking forces and means employed, supplemented by significant firepower support from the Turkish occupation forces, leading to a surprise effect. Additionally, the lack of genuine preparedness by the Syrian army in the region, which is designated as a de-escalation zone under international agreements, further contributed to this outcome.
Ukrainian intelligence reported that Russian military personnel and diplomats began an emergency evacuation from Damascus, the Syrian capital, on December 2nd. This followed Russian airstrikes on December 1st, targeting areas around Khan Sheikhun. These strikes were likely aimed to destroying Russian military equipment that had fallen into opposition hands.
Armed unrest has erupted in Damascus. Russian military forces and diplomats are urgently evacuating the Syrian capital. The Russian contingent has retreated from Hama to the Khmeimim air base. Colonel General Alexander Zhuravlev, head of the Russian Coordination Center at Khmeimim, acknowledged that the Assad regime has lost control over the situation. From the message of the main Directorate of Intelligence of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine on Telegram.
The Syrian Ministry of Defense announced preparations for counter-offensive. Reuters, citing Syrian military sources, reported that Russian aircraft have joined Syrian forces to bomb opposition positions in Aleppo. On December 1st, joint Russian and Syrian airstrikes hit Idlib, where opposition forces are heavily entrenched. Russia has promised to send more weapons to Bashar al-Assad's regime, according to a report by the Institute for the Study of War.
It remains unclear whether the Kremlin will be able to deploy additional assets to support Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's regime given the high tempo and operational requirements for Russia to continue conducting operations in Ukraine, the Kremlin's priority theater, from the report by the Institute for the Study of War.
ISV analysts recall that in 2022, Russia withdrew its S-300 missile systems and Wagner Group mercenaries from Syria to bolster its war effort in Ukraine. Opposition forces launched a major offensive in November 27th. The current escalation marks the largest since 2020, when a ceasefire was brokered by Russia and Turkey. Reported by Bastun Katerina KD, UATV News.